Here's something else that I found amazing about a thermal scope. I'm on my farm here, and I got this Helion XP28 made by Pulsar. It's a thermal camera, and it's showing this propane tank here is a 500-gallon tank, and it's as full as you can put them. You really can't fill them up more than about 80%. Besides, it's a smaller one that I was using the propane out of during the winter, and it's you can see there that it's about between the propane is warmer on the bottom where the liquid is. You'll really be able to tell it in these drums I'm going to show you in a minute. But you can see here this is 60, maybe 70% full but I have used some of it out this winter. So you can always tell how much fuel's in tanks. Okay, here are two more 55-gallon tanks in this case in the barn, but you can see one of them's completely full of liquids. It can be fuel, or in this case the one that's totally full I think has transmission fluid in it, and the one on the left there has it's two-thirds, a little over two-thirds. That one I know has motor oil, so I can see how much motor oil is left in my tank with my thermal camera. And there's another tank down there. I know where a couple more I will look at. Okay, here a couple more right here. These two are gasoline tanks, and the one on the right's half full. The one on the left is empty. I put it all in my motorhome before I went on vacation. And these two here, this is diesel fuel, but it's kind of trashy. I'm going to try to clean it up and use it in the tractor. But you can see one 55-gallon drum is completely full, and the other one is about 90% full. So any kind of liquid, it'll show up because it's warmer than the area that has nothing in it but air. Okay, this one's interested in me. This is just a rain barrel, and it has a hole in the bottom for a faucet, but it's got stopped up by pine straw and leaves, and so you can see that it's at least 80% full of water. And that's water in a metal 55-gallon drum. The other ones we were looking at before this were plastic, and the ones before that were metal. So I need to get the trash out of there and let that drain out. It's just a setup I fixed to keep from the rainwater from my implement shed just making a big hole in the ground. Okay, these are two 8-inch pipes that are standing up against a tree. They work as my water reservoir. I pump spring water through a pump that runs off my solar system up in here, and if the water, that's 40 feet up there to the top. But you're seeing that pipe there, and you can see where it changes colors. That's showing right now the pipe's there's two pipes there, but they're almost probably 20 feet of water in them. It's been pumping since about 2 o'clock this afternoon. It's a slow pump. It's way down the hill, but I can see how full they are, and that's that thick water pipe that city water companies use for pipelines. So I'm surprised it can spot the difference in the water level in the PVC that's that thick, but it clearly can. Of course, I have a gauge on it. I can tell when it hits about 25 pounds or 28 pounds, it's going to be running out the top up there. That's a nice setup there. All I had to do is stand up 2 pieces of pipe and cement them in down here and put in some pipe. And there's an animal over there in my cane patch. I can swing around there and get him. But I can see that's the water line there, and it's the cold air is above it. Okay, this is even more interesting. Thermal camera cannot see anything through glass. However, I have a plastic gas can inside this large plastic container on the back of my motorhome, and I can see how much gas I'm only filled up my tank one time from it, so that's a 6-gallon tank. I still have probably almost 4 gallons, but I'm not even looking at the gas tank. I'm looking from the outside through another plastic container that protects the gas can. I find that's amazing. You can sense that heat all the way inside those 2 layers of plastic. Okay, this is the back of my house, and it's brick, and it retains a lot of the heat from the sunshine. That's why it shows up so good. But that bright thing in the middle is the back of the air conditioner that's in the window. So where it's kicking out the hot air, you can see it really stands out. It's putting cold air in the house on the other side. And one thing, you can always tell what's going on around the houses and barns and farms by looking at those transformer meters. The brighter they glow, the more current's flowing through them. It's a sure sign that you might see a building, you won't see any sign of light or anything from outside. You won't even see anything hardly with the thermal, but the camera in the building itself. But if you look out there and see that transformer's hot, you know there's something going on in there pulling current. This is my neighbor's house. I stopped to look out in his field, and I see there's a little critter there, but there's 3 deer. The other night, one of them was a huge buck, and they're a little farther out tonight. I can't. That might be him right there, but his head's behind. I think I see his horns. They'll run some more, I guess. There you. They're all looking this way, and there's something there. That one must have been taking a nap. Now he does have some cows out here, but that one don't look like a cow. Too little.